Today, April 9th, 2013, honor release return honors those who have not come home. Today we make a call upon our government to demand they go back and find our brothers who have not come home.
Today is the 9th of April.
Okay.
In military history, it is the day which the United States had its largest surrendering of American soldiers. Those soldiers were in Corregidor. Most of you know it as the Bataan Death March. Today with us here, World War II POW from Germany, Mr. Carmel Whetzel, will perform the wreath-laying ceremony for you today.
POW-MIA, POW-MIA, right here in the USA, right here in the USA. We're sick of VA run around, we're sick of VA run around. We want respect, we want it now. We want respect, we want it now. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, R-E-S-P-E-C-T, for those who keep our liberty, for those who keep our liberty. L-I-B-E-R-T-Y, L-I-B-E-R-T-Y. The price you pay is mighty high. The price you pay is mighty high. J-U-S-T-I-C-E, J-U-S-T-I-C-E. For New York City and D.C., for New York City and D.C. V-I-C-T-O-R-Y, V-I-C-T-O-R-Y. By God, we got it right this time. By God, we got it right this time. Say sound no. 1, 2. Sound no. 3, 4. United we stand. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Let's roll. America, hear the call. America, hear the call. United we stand, divided we fall. United we stand, divided we fall.
percent for one is small, symbolizing the frailty of one prisoner alone against his or her oppressors, and representing all Americans still missing from each of the 5 services: Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, and Coast Guard, as well as civilians. These brave men and women answered our nation's call and served the cause of freedom. This table is a very special way of symbolizing the fact that members of our armed forces are missing from our ranks. These ones are referred to as POWs, or prisoners of war, and MIAs, or missing in action, but we call them brothers. They are unable to be with their loved ones and families here, so we join together to pay our humble tribute to them and bear witness to their continued absence.
To know that there are many, many times, and who believes that there are guys still alive, and we need to get them home. We may have to do it ourselves. They don't expect the government to do much, so we may have to do it ourselves.
Our government has lost its honor in the way it's treated our prisoners of war. It's honor, release, return that wants our government to go back and clean up its mess. When you were kids and you made a mess, your mother said, "You clean it up, you made it." Same for our government. Our government made this mess. Our government needs to clean it up. They need to go back. World War II, Korea, Vietnam. They need to do what's necessary to get the information from those countries about what happened to our citizens. Those who are still alive, they need to bring home. Those who are not alive, bring their remains home, but also bring the story of what happened to them home. Our government has files, Roger knows, files in this city that could answer many of the questions we have about their faith. It's time for the government to release that information. Honor, Release, Return has come together to be a catalyst in the POW community, to bring all the organizations and all the groups together, to speak with a loud, clear voice to our government that we need to bring these guys home, we need to let the information loose, we need to know what happened, and we need to seal this as past history in our country so that it never happens again. We need to restore the honor. In so doing, Honor, Release, Return is making demands this day on the United States government. We demand that the United States government formally request the return of all live Americans who are unaccounted for, in captivity, or being detained in any foreign country. We all know that it's not just Afghanistan, Pakistan, Vietnam, etc. We know that China and Russia and other places have had or still have Americans. We demand that the United States government undertake all measures necessary to repatriate all Americans who are unaccounted for, in captivity, or being detained in any foreign country. We demand that the United States government undertake all measures necessary to obtain all information held and or known by foreign governments, groups, and individuals concerning all Americans who are now or who have been unaccounted for at any time. We demand that all information in any form, regardless of when or how obtained, pertaining to Americans unaccounted for prior to 1991, be declassified and made available for public inspection. And when we get Bowe home, all of the stuff pertaining to him needs to be declassified and made public. We demand that funding for all actions to account for Americans who are unaccounted for be fully funded by the United States government. Let's not sequester our search for the missing. We demand that all remains recovered in association with unaccounted for Americans, past, present, and future, be identified and or confirmed using the latest scientific means, and that all remains be tested and analyzed for age and death using minimal remains to allow for a second independent DNA analysis if family members so desire. We have a major problem in that our government does this sampling, and then they say, oh, well, we don't have enough samples left over. We can't verify this with a second test. That needs to change. These are the demands that we make today on our government. I hope you'll all, if you haven't already joined with Honor Release Return, that you will. If you're not a member of Honor Release Return, go back to your organization. Tell our story. Bond with us. Join us. Let's make this a national effort to clean this mess up and restore honor to our government until they all come home.
Yeah.
That's it. He's the one.
He doesn't let go. The Bulldog, the name sticks. That's real.
Good to say your thank yous before you head out today to these gentlemen back here behind me. And if I may, before we wrap it up, Mr. Ted Spock, working hard. We're trying to get him back involved hard and heavy in the political league. So we're trying to get him to see if we can help him.
Free them now. It made a whole lot of sense at the time. What we want to do is plan our next march. We need 10,000 people to show up here. We need to let these people back there know why we're here. And we're going to start probably tomorrow to work on the next march. And we're going to give people plenty of time. We need to be here during the week because we need to be here when these people behind us are here. They need to hear us. They need to know we're here and we're not going away. And if they don't support what we're doing, damn it, we'll get them. We'll support the person running against them and get them the hell out of here.